Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take some time today to read a paragraph from Bob Proctor. So he says, only those individuals whose beliefs are sound, are in harmony with the laws of the universe, and have been integrated with their behavior will emerge as real winners in the new economy. And I just want to say, for myself personally, this short paragraph that Bob Proctor wrote completely changed my life. And so, there's a lot of buzz right now about building your identity. And I know with the lessons that we do, we say, pick the goal and then already feel the person that you are. And then you need to build your identity. So you need to become and integrate completely with that person that you're desiring to be. Feel the wish fulfilled. There's so many different ways of saying, become that person, assume the identity, make it your reality. And those are really great unless you know how to do it or you've practiced how to do it. And I was speaking with somebody the other day and they were like, I just don't really get it. Like, I'm doing the affirmations, I'm visualizing, I've got the vision board on the wall, I'm doing all these things, but I'm just not feeling it. Like I'm not really internalizing, the person that I really want to be. And, if you're resonating with that, if that's how you're feeling, these processes take time. And if you're going for that really, really big C goal, perfect, great. That's what we're here to do. We're here to stretch. We're here to grow. But, taking something so big, if you don't believe it, it becomes a little bit harder to to grasp, how to get that feeling. And you don't want to feel that it's hard. Every time we say those negative thoughts or beliefs, that's going to internalize. And so finding a way to make those small jumps, and some people call them base camps, set the wins. And I know for a lot of us that are in the personal development field, we want action steps. So as everybody says, pick 3, pick 6, pick 4, but pick action steps that you can take every single day that are going to move you in the direction of the goal, the identity, what you've stated for yourself. And you will gain momentum every time you reach one of those base camps. And I know for myself, that was the quickest, easiest, simplest way for me to start building and growing into the identity of the person that I want to become. And that's how I got momentum. I was like, okay, if I take 3 action steps every day, I remember when, building this new identity and growing these new goals, it was very uncomfortable. And I continually stretch and get out of my comfort zone. And so in doing so, yes, the stretching in the beginning is uncomfortable, but eventually that fades. And every time I move through, that little bit of, nervousness, excitement, discomfort, whatever you want to call it, every time I move through that, I gain momentum and I start to feel more self-confident. I'm, giving myself an action and I'm following through and I'm staying committed to what I said I was going to do. And again, that helps build identity. I'm saying I'm going to do something. I give myself a command and I have the discipline to follow through. And that feels really, really good. Have you ever done that? Have you ever said, I'm going to go, like, just for example, I'm going to go for a walk today. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get up and do these things. And even though if you don't necessarily want to, but you follow through, you feel really, really good afterwards. And it starts to get easier and you gain momentum and you start to feel proud of who you are and the decisions and the actions that you're taking. And, that's the best way to move into and move towards the identity and the goals that you say that you want to achieve and you want to get to. And, you know, it feels really, really good. And starting the day off with gratitude, being grateful that you have goals, being grateful that you want to take these steps. Even if you feel nervous and you feel uncomfortable in the beginning, just know that when you stay committed to yourself, that's powerful. And that has a lot of energy and that has a lot of strength. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be nervous. I think that there's so much emphasis on being perfect. There's so much emphasis on, not making mistakes. But if we never take risks, how are we going to know what we're able to achieve? And I love, what's always said, progress, not perfection. And we're progressively realizing a worthy ideal. And Earl Nightingale, that was one of the most powerful phrases that I was ever able to hear. Progressively realizing a worthy ideal. And so when I set my big target of where I'm wanting to go, and I move through those action steps and I get those wins and I celebrate those wins and I'm like, wow, look what I've accomplished. Look what I've done. And it's not that I have to go through the whole world and announce it on a billboard, but I announce it to myself. And it just feels so powerful and I feel so grateful. I'm so happy and grateful that I could achieve what I set out to achieve today. And even if it's small steps, it's still steps moving in the direction of where I truly want and what I'm wanting to achieve. And that empowers me because I got to choose. I am choosing. This is where I want to go. And so I hope this all helped you today. I hope this inspired you. Take a risk. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Make yourself the worthy ideal and start to see all the major changes in your life. So I hope this worked for you and inspires you and fills your heart with gratitude so that you can get up and carry on another day.